Once upon a time, in a quiet kingdom nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling sea, there lived a kind king named Alaric. His kingdom was once filled with joy and laughter. The gardens bloomed with vibrant colors, birds sang merrily in the trees, and the people's hearts were light. However, lately, a shadow had fallen over the kingdom. The once lush gardens were wilting. Statues that had stood proudly for generations were mysteriously broken, and a deep sadness had settled in the king's heart. He missed the cheerful days of his youth and longed for the kingdom to be happy again. As King Alaric strolled through his beloved but now wilting gardens, a small voice echoed through the trees. "This locket feels special, like it wants to help." The voice belonged to a young boy named Theo, who lived on the outskirts of the kingdom with his mother. Theo had wandered into the royal gardens, drawn by the strange feeling emanating from the old willow tree near the castle wall. Seated on a nearby bench, King Alaric turned toward the sound and saw Theo standing beneath the old willow tree. The king, touched by the boy's innocent curiosity, smiled gently and asked, "Hello, young one. What brings you here?" Theo, a bit shy at first, stepped forward and replied, "I want to help the kingdom. I think this locket is guiding me." Before King Alaric could respond, a loud, booming laugh echoed through the garden. From behind a nearby bush emerged a tall knight with twinkling eyes and a warm smile. He introduced himself as Sir Gareth, a loyal knight of the kingdom. Intrigued by Theo's story, Sir Gareth suggested they all meet under the old willow tree the next day, hoping to unravel the mystery of the locket. The following day, exactly as promised, King Alaric and Sir Gareth met Theo under the shade of the old willow tree. With the help of Sir Gareth, King Alaric managed to unroll a very old and rather creased map that depicted various locations within the kingdom. Suddenly, certain areas of the map began to glow faintly, catching their attention. The glowing map led them to the heart of the kingdom, where they found a magnificent royal hall. Inside the hall, more glowing maps and scrolls lay upon a wooden table. After poring over these documents, they realized they held the key to solving the kingdom's problems. They discovered that the source of the kingdom's current woes could be traced back to the loss of a powerful relic known as the Eternal Crown. This crown wasn't just any crown. It was said to be imbued with powerful magic that brought prosperity and happiness to the kingdom. Following the clues from the glowing map, the trio ventured deep into the whispering woods on the outskirts of the kingdom. The trees in the woods seemed to whisper secrets to one another, and the sunlight filtering through the leaves created a magical, almost ethereal atmosphere. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, the trees gradually grew quieter, until they reached a clearing dominated by a massive ancient oak. At the base of the oak, they discovered a cave hidden behind a curtain of vines. Inside the cave, they encountered a calm, wise-looking man named Malrek, who served as an old helper of the kingdom. Malrek explained that he had been protecting the cave, which contained a powerful crystal that was closely tied to the fate of the kingdom. But he also admitted that he had become somewhat isolated and set in his ways, fearing that progress might disrupt the delicate balance of the kingdom. With patience and understanding, Theo and his companions showed Malrek that new ideas and traditions didn't have to erase the old, but could in fact complement and enhance them. Impressed by their wisdom and compassion, Malrek allowed them to proceed further into the cave. At the end of the cave, they discovered a pedestal holding a single crystal that emitted a soft, steady glow. As Theo approached the crystal, he noticed that the glowing map in his locket seemed to react to the crystal's energy, guiding him towards its source. As the crystal began to glow brighter and brighter, it illuminated the surrounding walls, revealing a secret passage hidden behind the shimmering light. Following the passage, they arrived at a place that took their breath away. Before them stood an ancient yet majestic golden crown resting on an altar. As King Alaric reached out to touch the crown, it began to glow, bathing the entire room in a warm, inviting light. Overwhelmed with emotion, King Alaric knew that this was the legendary Eternal Crown, symbol of hope and prosperity for the kingdom. Placing the crown on his head, he felt a surge of power and purpose. Renewed determination to lead his people towards a brighter future. With the Eternal Crown returned to its rightful place, the kingdom began to heal. The wilting flowers bloomed again, the birds returned to their nests, and the people's faces were lit up with smiles once more. King Alaric, realizing that it was Theo's selfless actions that had restored balance to the kingdom, bestowed upon him the honor of being his heir, ensuring that the legacy of kindness and courage would continue to shine in the kingdom for many years to come.